There's the first phone. And Rosset very quick to counter the original call and getting warmly applauded for that. On the line it was. And Stich recognising he's playing a real sportsman. One of the most popular players on the circuit is Rosset, amongst his peers. Until he plays shots like that, and then opponents forget to like him.
Yes, I think the magic magnifier showing that the shot from Stich was indeed right on the line. It's one thing that's been a feature of the tournament, actually. We've had very few major rows, haven't we? Andre Agassi came within a point of being disqualified, and that's about it.
Yes. Yes, last year I remember a little bit aggro with Becker and Voinea, Bruguera and Magnus Larsen.
Yeah. Weather helps.
Yes.
Players love to know that they're going to play. Last year, if you remember, it was wet, it was cold, it was miserable, and they had a lot of hanging around in the locker rooms, and everybody gets a bit tetchy in those circumstances.
Service.
Well, most of the Stich errors coming off the forehand at the moment, and the forehand troubled him a little against Pierlin in the last round.
Avantage Stich.
Rosset's returning, just letting him down a little there. So Stich moves to a 2-1 lead. Marc Rosset, 1-2 opening set. First semi-final of the French Open to come. Sampras and Kafelnikov. Yes, Stich wants to have a look. And Rosset says it's long. Stich still keen that Mike Morrissey should go down there. Long it is, but not by that much. So Rosset has a double to go with the ace in the opening game.
Rosset.
And again, the error on the forehand from Stich, which I think is beginning to frustrate him.
He's shortened the backswing, unlike Rosset, who has this mammoth swing on his forehand and really winds it up. Change the grip just a fraction. Stich, he has a habit of just coming over the top of the ball. Most of his errors will be into the net.
Well, it wasn't the greatest drop shot in the world. And Rosset got there with ease, but the execution wasn't much.
Yes. That's really an escape for Stich, because he was way far too back to be playing a drop shot well behind the baseline.
Lovely play. Good approach. And a touch volley into the corner.
Rosset really stretched him both ways, and you can see he was having to try and catch up with the ball. And this is where Stich is glorious. A lovely variation. He can play every single backhand in the book, slice or topspin.
30-15.
Never wears a hat, Rosset, even in the 5 hours of the final in Barcelona. Disrespect for the serve.
Well, watch the ground Rosset makes here. He's moving, he's determined to get the big forehand into play. And for a big man, he had to get out of the way of the ball very quickly.
Well played. There was a tester, Rosset got it down.
40-30.
Rosset, a one-handed drive backhand. You won't see many of those. He plays most of his drive backhands double-handed, and then a one-handed slice.
First ace for the German. Still with serve. 3-2. Here on centre court, Michael Stich in his second semi-final at Roland Garros. He lost to Jim Courier in 1991, 4 sets. Courier, of course, went on to win the title that year. Marc Rosset, 2-3, first set.
Stich really forced back deep by the length of the Rosset forehands. The slice that time, and he tried to come over the drive when he made the error.
Yeah, well played. Rosset getting into a groove now with his big forehand and starting to manoeuvre Stich around.
Jeu rosset.
Second ace.
3 jeux part2.
3 games each, and Rosset now settling down. Looking very much at home. We mentioned he seemed to have little feel in the opening game, nerve perhaps telling their own story, but definitely relaxed out there now.
Winning his opening service game comfortably was very important to him. He's actually won 3 more points in the match, which is a signal of the fact that he's holding serves the easier.
It's another majestic sight, isn't it, the shtick overhead?
Yes, he doesn't miss many. He gets into position. See how quickly he turns sideways on. And the left hand goes up as if pointing to the ball, as if he was throwing it up.
Now, if Rossi can get returns like that going, then he has a major chance here. Turn of serve, if it can be consistent, could well turn this match. Now Stich is having to play catch up. I see one service break as probably being decisive in this.
You would imagine so, and yet in the Stich Pielin match we had 4 in a row at one stage.
Yes.
30.
2 aces each. Interesting tactic coming into serve and volley. There's Jessica. Can applaud as loudly as she likes. There was a little section of the crowd who weren't too happy with the way the Germans were supporting Stich against Pielin, and the French were beginning to barrack the little German enclave. Won't be like that today.
Premier service.
Oh, tremendous rally. Rosset looking down at that mark down there. Still not particularly happy with it. But Stich has taken the game and leads 4-3.
Polo Sport, the fragrance and skin fitness line by Ralph Lauren.
Both players shielded from the sun by umbrellas during the change round, and welcome relief it must be too. 22 minutes gone. Stich leads 4-3.
First time in the match, the first point of the service game has gone against the server, and sometimes in a tight match, immediately you think, interesting.